Hey, I'm Christian Lee. I'm part of the Aztec music group, and I'm here with. Would you guys like to introduce yourselves?
Danny,
William,
Eric,
and together you guys form
Pangea.
That's right, Pangea.
Together Pangea.
Yeah.
Same
All
thing.
right. And how you guys feeling? I know this is the second stop of the tour you guys are on.
Yep.
And how's it going so far?
I mean, yesterday was
last night was great. It was really fun.
one of the best shows we've probably done in LA.
We haven't like played in 6 months or something. I think it's like the longest break we've been on in like 6 years.
Yeah.
So I think we're all stoked.
So you guys probably feel reinvigorated, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel sore, but you know, they're the same thing.
Okay. And this is the first question I like to ask everyone. I think it helps you since you guys are from Los Angeles. And so you guys right now, you guys are San Diego, and you know, I'm pretty prideful about it. I think most people are. You know, we pride ourselves with like the Mexican food we have. And so what I want to know, it's not, I mean, like California burrito, over or underrated?
I think the best Mexican food in San Diego is in Tijuana.
That's fair. Yeah.
But I think the California burrito is great. But yeah,
I feel like I haven't been here that much. Like, so burritos in California in general?
No, you mean the Cali burrito?
Cali burrito
Yeah.
with the French fries and meat. I don't think you've. I don't think he's had
I've
one.
tried it. That sounds good.
That's more of a San Diego thing.
Is there
I
a
guess,
place
yeah.
nearby here that we should go?
Yeah,
to?
where should we go?
Around here?
Yeah.
I don't know about around here. I know there's some good ones like in San Diego, but around here I'm not too sure. I know you guys like
How
usually
far
when you
out
go
are
to a
we?
town. you
Yeah,
guys
we
usually
like
look
to
up some
eat.
good spots.
Yeah, we like to eat for sure. I love San Diego's Mexican food. I think like San Diego, LA, and San Francisco all have very good Mexican food. I think San Francisco has very good burritos but shitty tacos. I think LA's got the taco thing on lock, and I think that San Diego being so close to Tijuana, like you got a lot of good spillover with like the mariscos and things like that. But
Well, obviously, yeah, the tacos we have are much better than like, you know, the carne asada fries or California burritos. But I
yeah,
feel
you guys
like-
have the carne asada fries
Yeah.
here. That's like a thing.
Yeah, the
that we
California
don't really
burrito
have.
and carne
Yeah,
asada
yeah,
fries.
yeah.
Yeah, but that's like not great.
It's not like how they have it here though.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
yeah, the
I'll
carne
go-
asada fries are.
We should
fucking
go
rad.
get one after the
Yeah.
movie. I'm down to get that.
I won't be with you guys, but you guys should.
We tried
we would love to.
sombrero the last time we were here.
Oh, yeah.
I guess
I
just
didn't
because
know.
That's alright.
the Blink 182.
Exactly. You guys go to the one that Blink 182. That's like where they
I
went
don't
to.
know if it was that one, but we tried it.
It was in a
pretty
strip
good.
mall.
Okay, then it's not the same one. Because there's one that like, you know, there's one nearby where Blink 182 they went to school and they have like pictures and they have like their
Oh,
own booth
really?
and
No
everything.
way.
It's kind of cool.
Cool.
That's cool.
Okay. And okay, my next question for you guys. Let's do another fun one too. Like, for example, for karaoke, what song would you guys sing if it was more popular?
Of our song?
No, just in general. Like for me, for example, I would sing "Vampire" by Dr. Dog.
I sing "What's Up" by Four Non Blondes. That's my go-to karaoke song.
I don't really sing karaoke. I feel like I always choose like really like bummer songs, and it's just not fun. So I just stopped doing it.
What's that Elvis song that's like, I'm caught in a trap,
Yeah.
I can't walk out? That's my song.
Suspicious minds.
But minds. Yes.
Suspicious minds.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one too. Okay, but you know, enough about other people's music. Let's talk about your guys' music. You know,
All right.
you guys just dropped like, was it an EP, Dispassionate? You guys dropped 4 new songs. And so, what can you tell me about that? What was like the artistic process going behind that?
So it was a kind of a 2-part EP that are the physical copies of 10-inch with. It's got Dispassionate on one side and Nonstop Paranoid on the other side. We recorded them together, and they're just kind of like, one of them was like the more like anxious, like loud, sort of aggressive stuff, and then one of them, Dispassionate, is kind of like the chiller songs,
We're
more
also-
like self-reflective.
And we're
quieter,
also
not
playing a lot
screaming.
with the genre, like we're like fucking a lot with synth sounds and things like that on the other one. But yeah, so they both just have very different, I think, kind of sounds going on.
Yeah, I think like we've been playing like aggressive, like sort of like vulgar lyric songs and stuff for a long time. We
I've heard a
enjoy
couple, yeah.
we enjoy playing all that stuff, but I thought it'd be interesting to try to like write some songs that weren't as aggressive and maybe the lyrics weren't so like vulgar. To see how it goes.
And we kind of came, when we went into it, we didn't have a plan of like it coming out the way it came out, like as 2 different EPs. It was more like we were going in there to record 10 songs, and maybe 5 of them would make it on an EP. But when it finished, it happened that like, well, these 4 songs really make sense together, and these 5 songs really make sense together. So let's like split it up and make it 2 releases. So yeah.
Okay, and so I know you guys are gonna play some of those songs later too at the show. And I know, you know, being on tour, you know, it's kind of like an emotional drain, you know, and physical. You guys driving back and forth and everything. And so do you guys like take turns driving? Or who usually drives?
Used to, like, yeah, everybody drives a little bit, but David, who does merch, he kind of does the line.
It's mostly our tour manager and merch guy that do, I'd say, 80%, and currently our guitar player Patrick likes to drive.
Eric drives a little bit. I barely ever drive.
It's mostly on. It ends up being our tour manager and our merch guy, which. Thanks, guys. You guys keep us alive.
Shout out to David.
Shout out to David.
Shout out to David,
Zoe Rain.
I mean, I don't want to throw anyone under the bus too, but I have to ask this too. I heard like in a past interview you did, you said Eric was the worst driver out of all you guys.
Untrue.
I did not say that.
Untrue.
I said that.
I guess
There was like
so,
a question, it's like, who's like the best driver? You're like, not Eric.
I did that?
Yeah.
That might have happened, like, that been on a day where I might have almost killed us.
There might have been
but,
like some incident that
I've never
informed
noticed
that.
you drive
But
badly.
I feel like Eric's pretty good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's good.
He's focused.
Okay.
Or no, I guess you do look at your phone quite a bit.
No.
That's like a thing that everybody does now.
That's an
I see
everybody
people
thing
like
now, though, yeah.
checking their phones all the time. It's
like a...
Yeah, we're addicted to our phones now. What can you do?
What can you do?
And I've noticed in like past interviews too, Eric, he doesn't really talk too much. So this interview, we're gonna break him out of the shell a little bit.
Okay.
All right, so
I think you're
Eric,
confusing me
Let's
for
go.
What do you want to talk about?
so have you ever seen that show, That's So Raven?
Yeah.
All right, I remember there's one episode where like your little brother, like his friends and him, they go to like a mall and they steal stuff and they call it the 5-finger discount.
Oh no. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I know where you're going with it.
You can tell me anything about that?
Yeah, I used to play in a band in high school.
What kind of band?
A ska band. I played drums in a ska band.
Hell yeah.
With 7 or 8 other people. 4 of which played horns, saxophone, trombone, trumpet, alto, and tenor sax. And it didn't last for very long.
I saw a show at the Legion Hall before you started playing with us. Oh my god, it was fun. Everybody was having a great time. There was like the skanking pit or whatever. It was awesome.
Yeah. And speaking of ska, the last tour that we went on, Eric got to meet on a daily basis a ska hero.
Mike Park from Skankin' Pickle and Asian Man Records was on tour with us in Alkaline Trio.
You guys had a conversation about
Ogikubo Station.
You had a conversation though about the future of ska. On
the last night, one night on tour, we had a hot debate over what the future of ska was gonna be like, and I can't even remember. He was like, "It's already happening. It's been happening." And
he was like, "Oh, it's coming back.
It's coming back."
He was like,
right.
no doubt in his mind.
Fifth wave or
fifth wave, whatever wave. He was like, "No, it's coming back. It's coming back."
My position was that it will never be on the charts ever again. And
I believe that it will be.
I don't know.
It's fun.
Everything always comes back. Maybe ska will come back too.
I'm hoping that I'm hoping I'm wrong. I'll join another ska.
Yeah.
We can maybe go in that direction if you guys.
Why not?
Really want.
Anything can happen, man. Anything can happen. You heard it first. Ska record from Pangea in 2021.
And I don't know about you guys, we talked about a little bit like Mexican food a little bit earlier, so I'm a little bit hungry. So let me ask you a food related question too, Eric. What's Wong's?
Oh, Wong's is, so we are all from this suburb north of LA called Santa Clarita, that
SUV.
Shout out.
I don't really need to shout out.
And there's a little Chinese food place called Mandarin Wong's on Lyons Avenue. And we used to eat there all the time all throughout high school. And Ming, who used to work there, he's a character. He's quite the character, and he used to take pictures of everyone after their meal. And he used to put them in a photo album. And they're still there. So if you go to Wong's and you flip through the photo albums, you'll see pictures of us and all
and the ska kids and the hardcore
kids, the ska kids, the folk
That's awesome.
punk.
It's just an institution.
And it's still so good, and I go there.
Ming isn't there anymore.
He's not there anymore.
But it's still great.
And they're closed on Mondays.
They have, it's like a fried tofu.
Oh, the best
special.
fried tofu.
That's good.
special.
And we're meat eaters too, so it's like the fried tofu is just
Nothing wrong with
especially,
tofu.
it's
Good.
just especially very,
Yeah.
very good.
Nice and crunchy.
Okay. All right. I think that's enough about food. Let's go back a little bit about the music. And so you're the drummer of the band.
Mm-hmm.
And so like, who are like some of your inspirations for drumming?
Yeah. Jimmy Chamberlain from the Smashing Pumpkins was my all-time #1 drumming god, and I picked up a lot of technique from him. I don't know. I think it was pretty much just him, and then your classic John Bonham stuff, and then like just punk in general kind of changes the way I thought about drums and playing faster and more aggressively, and then that's pretty much
You
it.
play some jazzy stuff.
I can fake it,
You can fake
the
the
jazz
jazz.
stuff. I love playing to jazz because it seems like an impossible thing to accomplish. Just
Okay.
playing jazz really well.
Because I remember I read an interview somewhere. You said you were a fan of Tool's Danny
Carey. Yeah. Yes, I love Tool. And I love Danny Carey. He's amazing.
Speaking about Tool, I have a gift for you.
Oh shit! That curse?
Yeah, go ahead.
Curse.
And here you go. It's a Tool album.
No way. Are you serious?
Hell yeah.
What the hell? It's my favorite album.
Perfect.
Lateralis.
Which one is it?
Lateralis.
It's a limited
Released
edition version.
2001.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't never seen a Tool vinyl.
Well, hey, there's first time for everything.
Wow.
Wow.
Is this
Hell
really
yeah.
for me?
It's really for you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Cool. Oh my god.
Picture it is.
Yeah, it's
Hell yeah.
What a lovely vinyl.
I'm so I was not expecting this. Thank you so much.
I just recently watched some videos on YouTube of Tool. It's your
Go
people. It was like early on, and they're playing some tiny little club. There's like 10 people there, and Maynard's got like some sort of mohawk thing, but it's like super
Oh yeah, it's
long.
like a ponytail mohawk.
And he's like ripped and like super intense, and there's only like 2 people watching him, but
I've
he's
seen
like
that
going
video.
nuts. It's really
I
cool.
think he just got out of the Marines.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he looks like it.
He's super intense. Oh my god, thank you so
You're
much.
welcome. All right, and so we talked a little. That's a good like follow up too. So you said like Tool played like in like some small $10 like bar club or something, right?
Yeah.
And I
don't know
heard,
where it was, but yeah.
I heard you guys play at some weird places. Like you guys played like in a sewer tunnel. Is that true?
That was like
Man,
before.
William.
Oh yeah,
That was
me,
before
my time.
PANGEA
Okay.
was really a thing.
Man,
We played like an
calling it.
acoustic. There was like some folk punk thing that happened. I feel like in like the early 2000s
Yeah.
or something,
I guess.
like Against Me and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think I was more into like K Records folk stuff, like Little Wings. But everybody was playing acoustic guitars, and we played a show where it was just acoustic. Yeah, in like a
It ended up
drain.
like
So
it ended
close.
up that
it was
like
just friends hanging.
yeah, it was more I think like that we
A band called Shaky Bones.
Shaky Bones.
In
We
the
were
Bay Area.
we were playing like
Played that too.
acoustic guitar music, like a group of people playing together. And we had a friend named Willie who moved to San Luis Obispo for school, and also was a DJ at the radio station there. So I think as a result of that, like we would go up there and play shows, and through Willie, he like the sort of house shows that would happen would be other like acoustic oriented sort of like punk DIY acts, and
Yeah.
as you know, we would end up playing like we played like in a field in Davis, we played in a sewer tunnel in Santa Clarita somewhere, kind of wherever.
We played generator shows in the park. a lot,
Yeah.
really early.
That's
on.
pretty sick.
That was interesting because we were like kind of, I don't know what kind of stuff we were writing at the time, but it wasn't super punky. But then we played park shows with like hardcore bands and stuff. It was like
Yeah.
super eclectic.
Well, it's like when you're in a small suburb like that, that's sort of removed, but you know, I mean, Santa Clarita is like an hour north of LA, so it's kind of like its own city. It's the shows that end up being like with the local bands. It's more about just like people sort of all working together to have a space that's like.
If you have like a cool DIY vibe.
Yeah.
Which there
So there's
was.
a lot of cross genre pollinating stuff happening at like the park shows and the sewer shows and things like that, just because there's only so many people making music out there.
Another one I heard too is I heard you guys got offered to play at a strip club.
Oh yeah, Cheetahs.
Yeah.
There's actually one in San Diego too.
Cheetahs?
Yeah.
Oh, do they have shows?
I don't know if like they have bands play there, but they have a different type of show.
Other bands played there, like I think Cosmonauts. Friends and Cosmonauts played at Cheetahs.
I feel like it still happens too. Like I'll randomly see like some band is playing at Cheetahs.
I think it was like somebody who was booking for it, but I don't know who it was. I think we said yes, and then it just never actually materialized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Didn't happen.
Okay, let's go a little bit to Dan right here, to Danny, and say, okay, so I don't know, Gods Equal Genocide, Venice Dio.
God Equals Genocide and Venus Diode.
I'm sorry.
You were in
What
Venus
about
Diode when I met.
God Equals Genocide actually played out here in North Park a lot because there's a festival called Awesome Fest that would happen out here.
Okay.
I don't know if it still happens.
Is Awesome Fest like kind of related to Razor Cake, or is it just like?
Yeah, it was like Razor Cake, which is like a DIY punk magazine, which was the label that we were on, and it's like tied in like the fest that happens in Florida, like the No Idea Records, Razor Cake music, punk world, like beard punk. It's a good way to put it, I think.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, those were bands I was in. Venus Diode was my high school band.
Yeah, you were in that when I met you. Describe to the people what that.
Describe the
It was
footwear
like
you used.
it was like a combination of like the Faint and the Blood Brothers.
A lot of Blood Brothers vibes.
Yeah.
Especially your
Synth.
vocals.
Synth and screaming, and I mean it was like this was like 2000 or something like probably 2000 or 2001. So I don't know.
They were fun to watch. It was cool.
Yeah.
A quick shout out to I actually interviewed Fiddler last week.
Oh, cool.
And I know some of them are also in another band that you're in, right?
We
Los
are.
Polos.
We are. Los
And I can
Polos.
tell from the shoes.
Yeah, it's a permanent lifestyle choice. It's, once you join the band, it's kind of just something that you have to live with on a day, keep going every day. Was Brandon wearing his boots?
Does Brandon wear his boots on tour?
I think he was. No, I don't think he was. No.
All right, well, I'm gonna have to talk with
How do
him.
you wear boots with overalls?
Oh, you can.
He was wearing overalls.
It's one or the other.
Yeah, no, that's like a country band. Eric floats in and out of it sometimes too.
Come and I go.
He was in it a
Hired
lot
gun?
more in the beginning.
I was in it a lot more, and then I thought that no band really needed 4 electric guitars.
It was intense.
And I was gonna play guitar. I was just playing guitar.
It's like a super group.
Yeah, well, it's
Yeah.
like we have
did
like
a show with 2 drummers.
Yeah,
and it's
like
who's
Kate-
ever in town.
yeah,
who's ever
Katie and from Twin Peaks. Like
Sure.
we made a record not long, I guess a year ago. We recorded a Los Polos record, and I think the plan is that it's actually gonna come out, but it's like there's like Katie and from Twin Peaks is on it. Greg from TSOL, Max and Elvis's dad, plays like piano on it. I think there's some people I'm forgetting too, but it's like there's probably
fun
like
band.
there's probably like 12 people
That's
on that
cool.
record. So yeah.
It's a fun band to be in.
And like for video games, are you guys like big in video games too?
I never, not since like Ocarina of Time.
Okay, so it's been a while for you.
We play video games in the van. We play like FIFA.
Oh, yeah,
or,
we
like
play,
NBA
like-
2K.
Yeah, FIFA.
Okay. So you guys don't play like Apex Legends or like Fortnite or anything, right?
No, my brothers are both into that stuff, but I don't.
So you about Fortnite though. I heard the owners of it, like the guys who created Epic Games. I heard your brother, he's part of Epic Games, right?
He is, yes. My brother Matt he lives in Finland. And
I didn't
is
know
a-
that he worked for Epic Games.
Yeah, he's a coder. And before that, he worked for Unity, which is another like I don't know. They make the games. I think it's a software, something that you write games with, or they make their engines, or I'm not sure. Somebody actually last night brought up to me like Epic, and I was like, oh, my brother works there. And he's like, oh, so he works on the engine, but like I don't know. But I know my brother like writes code and like does some like he's working in Finland for Epic.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back to like music a little bit. And so I heard there was like a time that you were really into Neil Young.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Still.
How could you
Always.
Still, huh?
Yeah.
How could you not?
Always.
Did you not?
All right, and I see the hat, and your band, it's also named.
Together Pangea.
And so I got you a gift,
All right.
and it's Neil Young's Earth.
Oh,
Cool.
Holy cow! Wow, dude, thank you so much.
So why do you like Neil Young so much? I mean, he's a legend.
Why? I mean, I don't.
That was Rockin' in the Free World.
I don't know. I had like a very there was a time in my life that was very dark, where the only thing I did, like, I was like getting out of being addicted to like drugs and alcohol, and I was in rehab, and I they let me have an iPod in there, but only because I was in there through this program called Music Cares, and the only like full album that I really listened to at that time was Harvest, like when I was in rehab. So it was like, and then when I got out, like I wanted to like sort of emulate like some of the songs on Bulls and Roosters that I wrote, like have like a aesthetic choice to sort of like mimic some of those styles.
There's a few songs on that album that are like Neil Young.
Yeah, but yeah, Neil Young, I mean, he's a hero. He's amazing.
Well, I gotta get that gift.
Thank you very much. That's really fucking
Canadian
cool.
national treasure.
Okay, and so like, let's talk a little bit about early on in the band too. What can you tell me about like Grisnar? Is that it?
Oh yeah,
Grisnar. So kind of what you were talking about when we brought up the tunnel shows. I think that was probably, we were calling it Grisnar.
It was just our friends. It was like our group of friends, and whatever we made musically, we would just all call it that. I don't know how that even came about.
An art collective.
Our
Everybody
friend
made
Chris.
stuff. It was just like everybody's making
Our
stuff.
buddy Chris kept saying Grisnar like all the time, like back then, like it was like his slang term, and it was like me, William, our friend Catherine, our friend Dan, our friend Adrian, Jesse, Willie, Tyler. It was like, but like, you know, maybe like 5 or 6 of us all played acoustic guitar and wrote songs. Our friend Nick, and when we would just sort of like, if a show was happening, like we'd hop on, or like I'd play 3 songs, William played 3 songs, Adrian would play 3 songs, and we'd, you know, let's just say whoever was around, like if there's 4 of us, we'd all like kind of do that and like play together, and we'd call it Grisnar. But yeah, that was it.
Shout out to Newhall.
Silmar. That was Silmar was the days of Grisnar for sure.
Alright, so right now in the van too, it's you 3, you're TM/merch dude. You guys have a photographer with you too, or?
Our
tour manager Derek right now actually takes photos
He's
too.
a great photographer, and
he did the Dispassionate music video.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, and Patrick Nolan is playing guitar with us.
Of course, yeah, can't forget the 4th guy. Yeah, how come your sister doesn't take photos for you guys?
We've actually talked about it a few times before, and it just never panned out. But I think she will in the future.
That'd be sick.
Yeah,
it's a good one.
Right. And I heard I don't know if this is true or not, but you have a twin? Or?
Yeah, he was at the show last night. He signed an autograph.
As you?
So they were just like, is that your brother?
You guys
No, he signed it himself.
Oh, that's funny.
It was cool.
Yeah, that was the good part of the story.
We're not identical, we're fraternal twins.
I think too, it was like your sister, like when Elliot came backstage, like she was like, "Were you out there signing autographs?" And he was like, "Yeah, I did." So
who's older?
I'm 7 minutes older. I'm slightly taller, he's more handsome.
That's true. That's true.
You look pretty good yourself. Alright. And so, like, for you, like, what are some inspirations, like, when you first, like, started the band, too?
First starting the band, I guess I would have been like 16. I think my inspirations at the time were like, I think it was like Modest Mouse was like a big influence. Little Wings, like K Record stuff, like the microphones.
Any punk influences, or?
At that time, I mean, like, you know, I'd always liked the Ramones and stuff, and like Crass and like Sex Pistols and like Dead Kennedys and stuff like that. But I wasn't really playing music like that.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't until like I started playing live more that I was like, oh, it's way funner to play music like that live. That it was like, okay. Yeah.
Well, my sources told me about this band too, so let me add to that list for you.
Okay.
Your
And
sources.
it's actually a Green Day record. It's the first one.
Sick. Yeah, of course, Green Day. Like, I think the first song I learned was When I Come Around on guitar. Or no, it was like the second song. It was Gloria was the first song I learned, and then When I Come Around.
my first song was Brain Stew. That was the first one I learned on guitar. Dude,
Oh,
fuck
yeah.
yeah. That's a hell of a record.
So, I think it has like some 7 inches on there or something too.
That's so fucking cool.
Drops the line.
Wow.
All right.
That's awesome.
So very last question I have for you guys too. You know, you guys have been together for so long. You know, you guys are in a way kind of like brothers too.
Yeah.
And so I just have to ask this question. You know, do you guys have like any pet peeves about each other?
Tons, so many. No, I don't know. We get along, I think, really well for how long we've been touring and like crammed in a van together. We've had some like drunken blowouts.
Oh,
where
of
we'll like
course.
yell at each other
The
for
best
no reason.
thing is that
But it
we'll
all
have those, and then by the time the morning comes, we'll wake up and it'll be gone.
Yeah, we get it.
Yeah. No lasting beef.
Yeah, you
ever.
don't want that to last.
We've also all lived with each other at some point, and I feel like that helps you like kind of like, you know,
Tolerate each other.
yeah, just like learn how to like just hang out and be cool.
Great answer. Great answer. I like that answer.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for time for the interview, guys.
Yeah, thank you for the gift.
Before we turn off the interview, though, or turn off the camera, my bad. Where can we find you guys on social media? Where can we find your music?
So everything is at / Together PANGEA. Yeah, we're on Spotify, Apple Music, all those things. Instagram, Facebook, MySpace.
You can buy, the only place you can get Dispassionate, the EP, is on tour.
Yeah.
So you have to come to the
You
show.
gotta come
merch
on tour
too.
then. You gotta get the
Double
Merch.
10 or single 10-inch double EP.
Yes.
Only available in quantity. It's only 500 of them. So when they're gone, they're gone.
Okay, look at the camera. Anything left to say to the fans or
I
your
love
friends
you.
and family?
Yeah, we
Be
know.
well.